All right, everybody. Hey, it's Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Tuesday, October 12th. I am currently here in Springfield, Massachusetts, in a beautiful day here at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame behind me, as you can see. I'm in Springfield for a couple of hours, a little layover from train to train, because apparently getting from Portland, Maine to Burlington, Vermont is not simple at all. So you got to take two different trains, and because there's the Downeaster to Boston, and then you got to take the Vermonter up to Vermont. So yeah, I got a layover. I figured I'd come over here real quick, film, head back over there. But I'm gonna give you my 12 top waiver wire additions for week 6. Week 5 was a great deep week for waiver wire ads. Week 6, not so much. A little bit of a dud, but I got 12 options for you. Anyway, starting with the quarterback, I got one quarterback for you. Carson Wentz is starting to look more healthy, starting to gain some chemistry with his receivers. Even though the Colts aren't, for whatever reason, the Colts are struggling, especially last night. That defense, that was no defense at all. But Carson Wentz looked really good. Michael Pittman looked really good. If he can get the tight ends, Paris Campbell, T.Y. Hilton's due to come back, it's only going to get better for the Colts offense and Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is a good streaming option if you're needing a quarterback to replace Russell Wilson or any of the guys on bye here in week 6, which reminds me the week 6 buys are the New York Jets, the Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers, and there's another AFC team. Who is it? No. It's the Saints. Isn't it the Saints? It's New Orleans Saints. 3 NFC teams, 1 AFC team. 4 buys. So the bye weeks start in week 6. They go all the way to week 14. It's going to be interesting to see how the week 14 bye week plays out, because most of us are used to playing in the playoffs in week 14. I kind of went a little with a risky approach. I usually try to stagger my bye weeks, but with week 14, I kind of stacked them because I was figuring that's going to be the last week of the regular season. So hopefully I have like a bye locked up or a playoff spot locked up. I can just rest those guys and not have to worry, right? That's kind of what my thinking was on that. But Carson Wentz, yes, he's my only quarterback option on the waiver wire for week 6. For the tight ends, I've got 3 for you. I've got Hunter Henry is looking like he's becoming the alpha in not only that tight end room, but also maybe the whole passing attack for the Patriots. So you might want to get him. His ownership is going to definitely bounce above 50% in the next 24 hours. Also, David Njoku is looking like the first round pick that he was years ago, after we've all moved on from him years ago. He had a 100-yard day and a touchdown last week. He's actually looked pretty good. It's quietly for me anyway, because I wasn't paying any attention to David Njoku until Sunday. Sorry for the thing here. It's really hard to hold this. It's really uncomfortable to hold this phone like this without somewhere to sit. But yeah, David Njoku, and lastly Donald Parham. Donald Parham's not getting a lot of work, but he does seem to be Justin Herbert's preferred guy on the goal line, and that's a pretty lucrative spot to be in because the Chargers offense is looking really good and Justin Herbert is looking unstoppable. So you might want to get a share. Damn it. Switching hands here. In Donald Parham, even though he's the second tight end in that offense. Wide receivers, I've got 4. Running backs, I've got 4. Wide receivers, I actually do think the wide receiver waiver wire picks are pretty deep here in week 6. Starting with, who the heck was it that I had at the top of the list? Marquez. We're just going to go with Marquez Callaway of the Saints. I know the Saints trying to buy this week, but Marquez Callaway is finally kind of living up. So he had a bad week 1. A lot of us moved on, but he's really been putting it together the last couple of weeks, so he should be back on our rosters. Tim Patrick of the Broncos. As long as Jerry Jeudy is out, Tim Patrick is going to be a fantasy relevant guy. Also, I had Preston Williams for the Dolphins. If Devontae Parker remains out and Will Fuller remains out, Preston Williams is going to be a guy that we should, I don't know how relevant he'll be in that bad Dolphins offense, but the possibility is there. We've seen him do it before. He's a talented guy, so maybe he's someone to take a swing on to help us through the bye weeks here in week 6. And I still cannot remember. Kadarius Toney, that's who it was. Yeah, I picked him up a couple of weeks ago in my paid league just as a flyer. You know, I needed some bench fillers because I had some guys injured, and it was Saturday night, and I was like, okay, I could take a chance on these stale veterans like Randall Cobb, or I could take a chance on a rookie who hasn't popped yet, who's available in Kadarius Toney, and that has paid off well for me. I'm 4-1, haven't had to use Toney at all yet, but maybe this week I will after the outstanding week he had last week. He's another guy whose ownership is going to jump above 50% in the next 24 hours, because I play in a couple of non-waiver leagues, so I can kind of track how these things are going to go on Wednesday morning, and Kadarius Toney is definitely flying off. He's flown off the shelves. Before that game was even over, he was off the shelf in those leagues. So, you know, he's going to be the number one waiver priority. If you want him, you're going to have to use your number one waiver priority. For the running backs, I have 4 for you. Not great players, but they are going to be injury replacements, starting with Darrell Williams of the Chiefs. Any running back in the Chiefs offense is always going to be fantasy relevant, even if it's minor. You know, he's always going to be a flex play, as Clyde Edwards-Helaire always was. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, before he got hurt, actually was becoming a dependable running back too. But Darrell Williams is going to be his fill-in for now, even possibly Jerick McKinnon. If you fail to get Darrell Williams, take a chance on Jerick McKinnon because he'll be the passing down guy. Next, Devontae Booker. Nothing special, nothing inspiring. We've seen Devontae Booker several times. He's never done anything, but the volume should be there for him to make him a flex play, while if Saquon misses some games. And had Khalil Herbert. He got a lot of work for the Bears in a very run-heavy offense that is probably going to stay very conservative until Andy Dalton comes back, or until Justin Fields proves that he's not inept at this position that he's chosen to play in his life. So Khalil Herbert could be a relevant flex play for next week as well. And lastly, Giovanni Bernard is looking like he's going to surpass Ronald Jones as the running back 2 in Tampa. And as we all know, that Tampa offense can be very lucrative no matter which pieces you own. Giovanni Bernard also is looking like he's already established himself as the passing down back. He's Tom Brady's new James White, and we know that James White was always very, very underrated in PPR. Always was a running back, low-end running back 2 in PPR. If Giovanni Bernard can successfully and consistently fill that role, he will also be a low-end running back 2, whether he gets carry or not. So, yeah, that's my waiver wire options for you. Man, it is really nice day. Not a whole lot of fall foliage here in Springfield. A little bit farther south, I guess, even though it's still up in the northeast. It's a little farther south, fairly close to the Connecticut border. But yeah, I wish I had time to go into the Basketball Hall of Fame there. It closes at 4. I've got to catch my train at 3:15. It's already after 2. It took me about 25 minutes to walk over here. I'm already having a long, stressful morning. I missed my first train down to Boston. I had to end up catching a chartered bus, which ended up getting me there only like 20 minutes later. So I still had a little bit of time to explore Boston. It just cost me an extra $24. I had to eat the train ticket. So I'm running a little low on funds anyway. Hopefully I have enough to get me through tomorrow in Vermont. Vermont's a little expensive, so yeah, who knows what could happen, but I'm gonna head back now. But man, it was nice to get out and walk around a little bit and soak up some of these northeast sun rays. I don't know where I come from. We call it the PNW, the Pacific Northwest. Up here, do they call it the Atlantic Northeast, the ANE? I'm curious. But anyway, yeah, it's time to start heading back. I'm going to end this video. You guys, good luck with your waiver. Man, I've been saying a lot. Because I know I have a little bit of an audience. I'm not a fan of people watching me record or listen to me talk. So, not live anyway. But good luck with your waiver wire additions. Good luck with your week 6 matchups. And I'll see you when I see you. Check out my recently
turn right
travel videos if you want to see some cool stuff from Portland, Maine. Hope to get some more here, probably not here, but in Vermont tomorrow or tonight. We'll see. Not gonna have a whole lot of time to explore Vermont today, but anyways, yeah. Peace, love, and nacho fries. Thanks for watching.